Alright guys, I've been playing Marvel Rivals and I have about 40 hours in the game, which isn't that much compared to some people, but I have been playing Cloak and Dagger quite a bit, and I wanted to share some quick tips with you guys. If you've played her, you already noticed that her heals are pretty much automatically like a homing missile to your allies. But did you know it can actually bounce off of the environment and also home onto allies? Yeah, so don't be afraid to just kind of stand in the back and just bounce it off of the environment and it'll still home onto your allies. So that's pretty cool. Though it is kind of situational, because if you are close to your allies while healing them, then you will actually get healed yourself. So if you see a little faint blue line, that's kind of like her heal radius, so anybody who is inside of that circle will get healed also, and that also includes herself. Now her cloak can pretty much counter any insta-death ult, since it makes you invincible for like, what, I don't know the exact metrics, but it's like 2 seconds or something like that. And as long as you don't attack or do any actions, it'll keep all of your teammates in that same radius also invincible. Now I hear a lot of people saying, okay, if you want to counter Magneto, you know, ulting and killing you at the end of your ult, then just jump and use your cloak to get even higher, and then you ult. But I actually found a lot of times I would still die, because as you're ulting you kind of go lower and lower. I'd say the best way to make sure you live is to ult, and then for your very last ult you just try to dive into cover, so dive into a building or something like that. So even if the Magneto tries to hit you with this big ball, it won't be able to reach you. Another quick tip is something I should be doing more, and this is just really a general tip. If there's any enemies up top, or if you want to get to higher ground, you can just jump and then cloak to go even higher. And yeah, it's just really useful sometimes. Now another thing is her blind. When she turns black, you know, she has her blind ability. And the blind actually does some damage too, and the range got buffed, I think, so it goes even farther. And this is really useful actually if for blinding, you know, whatever enemies are in that radius. So it is very useful, and honestly you should be switching back and forth to make sure that's always used. And another thing is, you probably heard it already, but you can make the reload time a bit faster by just switching to cloak and then switching back to dagger. But I mean, honestly, I'm not the type who's gonna do the whole counting, okay, 1 2 3 4 5, like how many attacks I use before doing that switch over. I'm not that hardcore, man. For me, I mean, just doing the regular reload is good enough, because honestly when I reload I actually take time to look around and just check my surroundings if anyone else needs healing. So I mean, you're gonna maybe save like 1 or 2 more heals, and you know, it's not gonna, maybe in higher elos it might do a bigger kind of impact, but I don't know, man. Just reload is fine enough. Now when you're using your ult, you want to stay in the ult so that it heals you and damages your enemies. So your ult actually will heal you and your allies. I mean, this should be obvious at this point, and it does damage your enemies. So you should really, when you ult, you should stay in your ult and switch to black and attack. Yeah, so you want to be attacking while you're in your cloak, so you're actually healing yourself and also attacking, because there's no point in healing your allies unless like they're outside of your cloak. Now another thing about the ult is that you can layer your ult, so I don't think it's that good to actually layer, because even 1 layer of that ult heals quite a bit pretty fast. But if you really need to, you can like maybe layer it like 1 and then 2 times, but honestly more than that is really gonna be overkill. Now there is also the bubble heal and also the veil that you kind of shoot out to boost. This will actually boost the healing that your teammates will get. So whenever your teammate is in the bubble or got the veil kind of on them, they will get boosted healing from Cloak and Dagger. Because, you know, if you just use Cloak and Dagger's healing, it doesn't really heal much, honestly. That's why I used to use Luna, but actually if you use those two other skills, her healing goes up, is pretty good. But yeah, that's all my tips for Cloak and Dagger, and I probably missed a couple of things. Feel free to let me know. But yeah, that's all. Bye.